what is the difference between testing and scaling? So today we had a very important question from one of our subscribers, and he said, sometimes you create one campaign with 3 ad groups, and sometimes you create one campaign with 5 ad groups. When do I know that I need to create 3 ad groups? When do I know I need to create 5 ad groups? Because it's a little bit confusing, and I completely understand where he's coming from with that question. So the first thing that you need to understand is dropshipping is at first a numbers game. So obviously, if you have a good store, if you have good creative, you will increase your chance of finding a good winning product, and you will become better and have a higher success rate when you find a winning product. But at first, the first thing that you need to keep in mind is that testing is the key when you want to find a winning product in dropshipping. And when you're testing a lot of product, the thing is you want to spend as little as possible. You want to make sure that you don't overspend money on each one of those products. Well, not that don't overspend, but you don't spend too much, and you have a really good strategy that you follow in order to test your product. Because let's say for me, I try to test my products with $25. If I spend $25, I have enough data to know if my product is going to be a winner or not. I know it after $25. Let's say you spend $28. Then what's going to happen is that you're going to overspend by $3. It doesn't seem much, but let's say you test 5 products a week. That's $3 times 5, and there's 4 weeks in a month. So you multiplicate that by 4 weeks. So it starts getting more and more. So that $3 starts only with $3, but that $3 can be transformed in a few hundred and a few $1,000s, depending on how much are you testing. So that's why when I start, I try to have 3 ad groups. So I create one single campaign with 3 ad groups, and if they don't perform well, I just move on and I test the next product. So on this screenshot right here, as you can see, there's 6 ad groups. So why I do 6 now? Like I said, when I have a product that is making sales now, I know it's making sales. Now I need to optimize everything and to start scaling. So when I start scaling, I will create more ad groups, because there's 2 specific ways to scale. There's horizontally and there's vertically. So those 2 ways are the ways that you want to scale on, all those platforms, but specifically on TikTok, because we're specifically talking about TikTok, that's are the ways that I'm using. So what are those 2 ways? Is I create on each campaign, I create more ad groups. So I'm scaling vertically. I'm creating more ad groups, and to scale horizontally, I create more campaign. So that's basically what I do and what is the difference. But now I'm making money. Now I have sales consistently. So that's why I'm not scared of spending more. But you don't want to start with 6 ad groups. You don't want to start with multiple campaigns, because what's going to happen is that it's not going to perform well. It's just not going to perform well, and you're just testing with too much money, and you'll be overspending. And when, let's say, someone like me tests, let's say 100 products, you will only be able to test maybe 10, 20. And with a lower budget, I'm able to test 100. And you'll be like, how do you test so many products with that low of a budget? It's just because we have a strategy, me and my brother, that we do consistently on a daily basis, and we test nonstop. We basically test nonstop, and we follow the strategy to the T. So that's what you want to do, and that's what you want to make sure to look for when you are testing versus scaling. So when you start testing, you want to spend as little as possible. Like I said, I spent $25. Why 25 and not less or not more? It's because with all the metrics and all the knowledge that I have acquired in looking on all those metrics over the time, I'm able to know if the product is good or the product is not good with $25. With, lower than $25, it becomes very complicated and you have a factor of luck. And I don't want to have a factor of luck in my business. So what I do is I really focus on $25 before trying to have a decision. And again, that's why I see a lot of people, they overspend. They say they spend thousands of dollars, and it did happen to me when I started dropshipping. I did overspend a lot because I didn't have a strategy that I was able to follow until I got my first mentor. So if you're spending money all over the place, you don't know what to do, and you want to have a step-by-step strategy, you can send a message to me and my brother, and we'll be happy to discuss more about our mentorship program, because we do not select everybody. We are very selective with who we want to work with, because the first thing that we want is to make sure that everybody on our mentorship is successful. Obviously, it's impossible to make everybody successful, because at the end of the day, I don't know how hard you work. I don't know how consistent you are. I don't know if you're going to do the homework or not. A lot of people come to me and my brother and they have so many excuses, but absolutely the one that have dedication, the ones that do the homework, the one that stay consistent will have a greater chance of becoming successful. And a lot of them do if they stay consistent and they follow everything to the T. So yeah, guys, those are the two basic reasons that I create one campaign with 3 ad groups and another one with 6 ad groups. It's just because one, I'm testing it, and one, I'm scaling. And when you're testing, and the more you test, you want to be cautious with your money. You just want to make sure that you don't overspend, because, I feel like ads, it's a little bit like gambling. It's like, oh, let me spend a little bit more. Let me spend a little bit more. And at first you wanted to spend $25 and you end up spending $300 on a single product, And I'm telling you that based on experience, because I've learned the hard way. Before having a mentor, I spent hundred, if not thousands of dollars on ads, and I was a student. I literally was a student, and I got in debt because of dropshipping. But when I got my first mentor and I follow a proven strategy, I was able to make way more money and to be successful. So I think dropshipping, at the end of the day, in terms of ads, it's all about knowing how to properly manage your budget, making sure you don't overspend and you don't get involved with your emotions, because what's going to happen is maybe you have a winner, but instead of spending $25, you spend 10 because you're too scared of spending money. That can happen too. I was scared too when I started. I didn't have any business background when I started. I wasn't very smart. I didn't have like straight A's in school. I was passing school, but quite the bare minimum. So C, B, things like that. So I wasn't the smartest person in school. And what I did is I just overspent because I thought that I would be able to learn everything by myself, and I wasn't able to. So it's okay if you want to test from your own, if you want to do your own thing, but make sure you don't do the same mistake that I did. That's why I'm trying to be as clear as possible with all of you guys. It's a simple business, and it's something that still takes time, still takes dedication, and you need to become better at crafting your skills and making sure that you're consistent over the time and you make smart decision. And I don't think that spending $300 on a product is a smart decision. I've seen some horrible comments about people that create 5 campaigns and they spend $300 to $500 to test a product, and it blows my mind, because I'm like, you don't know that with $25 you could just know if the product is profitable or not. You could just know if it's profitable or not, and if it's a winning product or not. And yeah, it really blows my mind. So guys, I have another thing to say before I end up this video is, do not forget, we have under the description below a $1 Shopify link. So if you stay, let's say, for 3 months with your Shopify plan, you will pay $1 every single month for 3 months. It's an incredible offer. So $3 simple for 3 months, that's amazing. You'll be able to spend all of your money in ads. You'll be able to really test many products instead of spending money on that Shopify fee for those 3 months. And it will give you the time to find a winning product. And let's say you spend those 3 months and you still don't have a winning product, you can always contact us and we will be happily to help you. And also, if you create a TikTok ad manager account with the link also that we have below, TikTok will give you up to $1,500 in credit. So they will give you that credit by matching the investment that you put. So let's say you put $100 in TikTok, they will match it with $100 in credit. If you put $500 in TikTok, they will match it with $500 in credit. So it's an amazing chance. So if you spend $1,500, you'll have a total budget of $3,000, and you'll only spend $1, one single dollar every single month to have your Shopify ready to go. So I think it's an amazing deal. If you have any question, just let me know down below. Please take the time to subscribe, to put the bell notification, because me and my brother, we take hours of our days, and it's very exhausting to talk in front of the camera. Go watch his videos. They are amazing. He's really motivating, and we don't have the same personality. I'm more calm. He's more the intense one. And that's why we work well together, because we are kind of the yin and the yang, and it makes a balance when we're doing business. So go watch his video. Don't forget to subscribe, and wish you an amazing rest of your day. Peace and take care, guys.